Alright guys, welcome back to What If Raditz Raised Gohan. This is going to be the final episode, and I have a great surprise and a great finale for it. Hope you're all ready for that. With all that being said, let's get to it. We cut to Gohan, who's finding a hyperbolic time chamber on one of his planets. As Gohan smirks, him, Nappa, and Vegeta all go in. You see, Vegeta asked Beerus to use Ultra Ego in front of him, back when they were still cool, and he learned a bit from it. He didn't fully learn how to use it, though. So, he decided to train with Gohan. And Nappa was training, too. Nappa was trying to combine Super Saiyan, at least a form of it, with his godlike ki. And Gohan began to train his beast form. As they both began to train, all of them, 3 of them, trained for years on end. We cut to Beerus. Beerus and Whis be looking for Gohan. Beerus was angry after what Gohan did. He threatened him out in the tournament, and he acted like he didn't even matter. Gohan has gone rogue, but no matter where he went, no matter where he searched, he couldn't find him. Beerus began to get worried. Beerus would start to remember when Gohan's eyes, they turned pure red when he was fighting Hit. Then, he just forfeit. Why would he do that? Gohan was always about one thing only, winning. That's what he cared about most, so why would he just forfeit like that? Unless he had something up his sleeve, unless he was hiding something. Of course, Beerus figured it out. Gohan must be hiding something. Something he's planning on using against him. But where was Gohan? No matter where he searched in the universe, he couldn't find him. He was getting more and more aggravated. He knew it was a long shot since he didn't really talk to his father, but he had to visit him. As Beerus visited Goku, we cut back to Gohan, who managed to combine Beast with Kaioken. Nappa taught him Kaioken since he trained with King Kai and Goku. And Nappa got Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, but it wasn't strong enough, so then he unlocked Super Saiyan 4, combined it with the Izaro form and the God form, creating something new, way more powerful than 4 and GT, to say the least. And Vegeta, he unlocked Ultra Ego. They all were extremely powerful, but was it strong enough to beat Beerus? They didn't know. Gohan would then go out, heighten his power level, get in Broly, and decide to train him how to control his rage. Gohan needed Broly. Broly was going to be their first line of defense. As he trained Broly up, they were all finally ready. Meanwhile, Beerus was talking to Goku. Do you know where your son is? Goku would say, no, I don't. But I wish he would. But before he can even finish talking, suddenly he would hear footsteps behind him. As Beerus looked, it was Gohan, Broly, and Vegeta. As Gohan said, I'm ready, Beerus. Are you ready to die? Beerus would walk up towards him and go, oh, you seem so sure of yourself. I hope you know what you're doing. Once you pick this fight, it'll only end in one way. Beerus then began to charge in Nakai. As Vegeta turned Ultra Ego, Nappa turned Super Saiyan 4. Broly began to get into his rage form, but this time controlled, and Gohan went Beast Kaioken. This shocked Beerus. He wasn't scared per se, but he didn't expect this sort of power from them all. The power, it was immense. Beerus didn't experience anything like it from before. But then he simply smirked as he went 100% and said, this will be the day you all die. Gohan says, if I win, I become a destroyer. Beerus would then laugh and say, we make him a destroyer if he wins. Are you sure, Lord Beerus? Usually this isn't the way to... just do it. Besides, there's no way he'll win. Beerus and Gohan both began the battle. As Broly and Vegeta battled too, they all were pushing Beerus with everything they got, everything they had, but they were starting to fall behind. Goku would look at them. Goku was training to stop Gohan in case he had to. However, seeing his son, Beerus would grab Gohan's neck and grabs Vegeta's neck as he began to squeeze, about to break it. Then, Goku would turn Ultra Instinct and kick Beerus down. Beerus was shocked. Whis did train him, but how did this happen? Goku says, I pushed myself in the time chamber. I pushed myself beyond anything to reach this form. But now, I see. I'm gonna fight with my son. If my son's good or evil, it doesn't matter. I'm fighting to protect him. Gohan actually smiled and said, thank you, Dad. After this, I think we could spend time together. They all surrounded Beerus. Beerus felt overwhelmed, so he needed to wipe out one of them. Beerus would say, do you think you're the only people who can learn something new? Suddenly, he would use instant transmission to appear behind Broly, as he would shove his fist straight through his stomach. Broly would fall to the floor. As he got up, barely able to stand, and blast a ki blast straight from his mouth. Beerus would dodge and kick Broly to the floor, again and again and again, as he grabbed his head and ripped it off. Then, Vegeta would hit Beerus with a Hakai, as Gohan would hit him with a Gallic Gun, Goku Kamehameha, and Nappa with a Mouth Blast. As it hit Beerus, it did nothing. Beerus would bleed a little bit though, but it didn't do any substantial damage. This is the first time I bled in a long time. This is fun, but you all are no match for me. Goku then used Ultra Instinct, but suddenly Beerus closed his eyes and began to dodge all the attacks. Goku was shocked. Beerus couldn't do it perfectly, but he knew how to do it a bit, as then he kicked Goku away. Do you think you're the only one who can do that? I will admit, all these skills are impressive. All of you would have made a good destroyer, but none of you can deal with me. I am Beerus, the greatest destroyer to ever live. Suddenly, though, Beerus would feel his energy being stolen, as he would fall to the floor. He was at 100% of his power. It began to drain him down to 90, down to 80, down to 60, down to 50. Suddenly, he would look up and see it was Moro. Beerus would fly towards Moro and erase him instantly, but he was pushed down all the way to 30% of his power. This is bad. At full power, Beerus can easily handle them all, but with all that energy being stolen, he can't do anything. Moro wasn't able to even take the energy for himself. Since the energy was divine destruction, he couldn't use it. He was just stealing it from Beerus. Beerus fell down. His stamina was so depleted, he can't even charge up much energy. Beerus knew that he was in trouble, but he had to go all out. He pushed himself as far as he can, all the way to 30% of his power. As his limbs could barely move, he charged. As Gohan went Kaioken times 20 beast form, Goku pushed his Ultra Instinct all the way. Vegeta pushed his Ultra Ego all the way, and Super Saiyan 4 Nappa pushed his power all the way, as they all charged and hit Beerus with a Ki Blast. Beerus began to charge a ball of destruction energy, and threw it at the Ki Blast. As it hit, they both pushed it with everything they had. Beerus began to push it with all he had, with every single inch of power. As it was in a beam struggle, neither one could push against the other, but suddenly, Jocko would appear and shoot Beerus in the back. As Beerus would turn around, he was distracted, and that was all it took for the Ki Blast to go right towards Beerus and hit him straight in the face. All Jocko had to do was distract Beerus, as suddenly his body would be destroyed, and Gohan would be made the new God of Destruction. He would say, "Well done, Jocko. For that, you're now in charge of the Galactic Patrol, under my supervision, of course." Jocko would bow to Gohan, saying, "Yes, my lord." As Whis would walk towards Gohan, suddenly, a God of Destruction uniform would appear around his neck. Gohan was not done yet, however. Sure, he was the God of Destruction, but he still had the Omni King to bow down to, that annoying little brat. Gohan's soldiers already gathered the Super Dragon Balls in Universe 7. He just needed to go to Universe 6, so he used Whis to travel to Universe 6, and slowly began to gather up all the Dragon Balls. Gohan felt the power. Since he became a God of Destruction, he could use Ultra Ego, and he got a power buff from becoming a God of Destruction. That combined with his beast form, he knew he could easily handle every other God of Destruction. So, after he summoned the Super Dragon Balls, Whis says, "What is your wish? It better not upset the hierarchy." Gohan didn't even answer him, as he just wished that all the angels and Zeno would fall asleep for all eternity. Whis would be shocked as suddenly he would pass out into a deep coma. So would Zeno. With all the angels gone, Gohan Beast would go into his Hector Ethan and travel to universe, killing all the gods of destruction. He could easily destroy the Supreme Kai and wipe them out, but where's the fun in that? He likes to have fun while he fights, of course. Some bled, some cried out in anger, some cried out in pain, and Champa cried, realizing his brother was dead. Gohan killed them all, and after that, he waited a year and wished that all the universes were merged into one. At first, this caused chaos and anarchy, but with Gohan's powers and his allies, he was able to conquer this new megaverse and become the emperor of everything. Gohan became the supreme god, and Vegeta and Nappa were his right-hand mans. However, he would still spend time with Goku and Chi-Chi. Even though Goku was disappointed in everything his son did, he still loved him, and he would still spend time with them. And even though he wasn't the son he wanted anymore, even though he wasn't even a good person, he was still his son, and Goku put all that aside when they spent time together. Gohan would rule as the emperor and god of all. Every being in the entire new universe would be subservient to Gohan. Gohan was all-powerful, and Gohan was the strongest being alive. And that's going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think down in the comments below. Peace out, yo.